Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon to everybody listening to us at this afternoon. I'm using this medium to welcome you to your favorite program, The Wheel, from your favorite presenter, Busari Yunus Olaide, popularly known as Ayerofe. This program is set to discuss the necessary condiments of great people. It is organized to discuss the necessary things that we need to take into consideration. And it is set to guide and instruct and give us advice on our everyday life activities. Because living a fulfilling life is not something that's going to be easy, neither is it something that is going to be difficult. Once again, I'm using this medium to welcome you to your favorite program, The Will, from your favorite presenter, Busari Yunus Olaide. If you don't forget, our topic for discussion for last week was time, where we discussed about the past, the present, and the future. We discussed the importance and the impact that these things, this part of time, takes in the life of a human being. We so much discuss about the present. We discuss how the present is important, how today is much more important than yesterday. Because today was once tomorrow, and today will soon be yesterday. So today, by the special grace of God, we'll be discussing another informative and educative topic. Today, we are discussing three important words, three important attributes of human being. We will be discussing about ability, we will be discussing about motivation, and we will be discussing about attitude. Like I said before, we'll be discussing about ability, we'll be discussing about motivation and attitude. Ability is defined as what you are capable of doing. It's defined as what you are capable of doing. And ability is the same thing as capacity, and is the same thing as potential. This involves talent, skills, and other things that has to do with our mind and our brain. It explains the proficiency of anybody or anything to be done. Like I said before, ability is simply means what you are capable of doing. If you are a teacher, you are capable of teaching. If you are a player, you are capable of playing football. And if you are stunned like a runner, then you are capable of running. So ability simply means what you are capable of doing. But motivation is quite different from ability. Motivation is one of the aspects that determines and decides what you do. Your motivation determines what you are going to do, or what you are doing, or what you will do. So many a time we are bound to have a lot of abilities. Like if you can be a teacher, likewise you can have the ability of becoming a good mother, you can have the ability of becoming a good dancer, you can also have the ability of becoming a good singer. I mean, a good musician. So on the aspect of ability, it simply means you have a lot of things. It is indeed the foundation of anything that you're going to take action on. And it is indeed a very cogent part that you need to take into consideration. A weak ability results to a weak success, and it results to a weak result. It results to a weak achievement, whereby it is very, very necessary for us to have a very strong ability. That is a diversified ability. The ability to do a lot of things. And not only to do a lot of things, but the ability to do it well and very good. So with this, we encourage us to increase our ability. Since it has to deal with skill, it has to deal with talent, and it has to do with proficiency. So how do you increase your ability? The first thing you need to do is you need to take actions. And you need to find solution. You must be a solution to a problem. Like from one of the books that I read, the person said that the best way of you to find a job in any company is either you be the solution to their problem or you be a person that finds solution to their problems. Because everybody individually or a group of people or company or a group of companies, they have a problem, they have a specific problem of which they are looking for solution to. So for you to be able to get job, you must be a solution to their problem, or you must be someone that finds solution to every problem. In the line of you finding solution to a problem, you will develop skills. For example, if you're in a place, maybe you're a teacher and you're a teacher and you are teaching just only English language, and they lack a teacher that can teach literature in English, then from that, you will look for a way of solving the problem. You will add a little of that literature in English to your work. So from there, you will increase your ability. From there, you have already taken action, and from there, you've already solved their problem. You are their solution. I mean, you're the solution to their problem. So the next important thing is you need to pay attention to everything you're doing. In everything that you want to set in everything that you want to take action on, you need to pay attention very well. In whatever it is that you are learning, you need to take action. You need to pay attention rather. Paying attention when you are learning will give you an ease in achieving whatsoever it is that you are learning, in knowing it very well to the full and to the brim. And when you've learned it, it will make you someone that has already achieved that skill, and that will be important and that will be useful for you in the nearest future. So you've already increased your ability in that aspect. The second part of which we want to discuss today is motivation. Motivation is the same thing as stimulus and is the same thing as inspiration. Most of the time, motivation is just like a fuel that keeps a lot of fire keep burning. Motivation is a driving factor. It is an influence. It is the urge to do something. And it is the willingness to do something. It is one of the forces that pushes you to achieve something. As much as we have these as important, don't forget the foundation of everything that you will do is ability. Because if you don't have ability in something, you can never achieve anything in it. Nevertheless, there is nothing bad in you knowing that you don't have the ability of doing something and you went out to go and learn it. So after that, then you need to motivate yourself. The decision to go and learn is also one of the motivations, because you've already motivated yourself that you need to learn, you need to acquire the skill in order to do some things. So for you to be able to do those things, for you to be able to put those skills into practice, then you need motivation. Because in the absence of motivation, we easily give up. We easily surrender to failures. We have different types of motivations depending on circumstances that you found yourself, and depending on places or on anything that you are putting your attention on. Your motivation may be behavioral, it may be thought, it may be from feelings, it may be a self-concept, it may be from a relationship, and it can even be from your environment. Your environment can motivate you in a situation whereby you are in an organization and you find yourself lacking behind, and your colleagues are moving higher, they are soaring higher, they are achieving, they are making impact in that organization. That environment may challenge you, motivate you to acquire and to do something better and greater. Like I said initially, it can also be a self-concept, and it can also be a behavior. It can come from your thoughts, and it can be from feelings that you need to acquire something. It may be the relationship you are sharing with someone. If you have someone beside you that pushes you to achieve, if you have someone that encourages you to achieve, if you have someone that admonishes you to keep pushing, then that person is your center of motivation. So no matter the ability of which you have acquired in your life, if you lack motivation, then you may not achieve anything. It is true that it is the ability that rekindles the power, that sparks the power, that makes the power, that is the source of the power. It is the source of the fire, rather. It is indeed motivation that serves as a fuel that keeps it burning brighter and stronger. In the absence of motivation, there is difficulty for you in achieving anything. So look for your own motivation. If it is from the behavior of someone or of yourself, if it is from your thoughts, and if it is from the feelings that you have within you, and if it is from your self-concept that this is what I believe in, this is the personality, and this is the image that I believe, and if it is going to come from the environment you are, or if it is going to come from the relationship you are sharing with your family or your friend or your colleagues or your neighbors, motivation is an internal force. It is an internal process that desires the change in yourself or in the environment that you are. It is therefore a psychological strength, because most of the things we'll be discussing are not things that are physical. It is things, or let me just say, there are things that can be processed with your brain and your mind. So if you don't deal with yourself psychologically, then you hardly can do anything, because the belief of everybody is that the brain is the central processing unit of every unit of our life. So any error from your psychological balance or from your psychological system will result to imbalance in your body system. The last but not the least is attitude. Attitude is the same thing as a manner, is the same thing as the disposition, and it's the same thing as feelings, and it's the same thing as perspective. That is, attitude is a manner, the manner you have, the feelings that you have towards something, the perspective of which you are looking into something, towards something or someone. Attitude is therefore the orientation of the mind. It is not of the body, but of the mind. It is the orientation of your mind. It is the tendency of your mind. It is the disposition of your mind. And it is the feelings of yourself. Because your attitude judges you, it defines you, it states what you will be. It states what you be your response towards every action. So there are many types of attitude, but today we'll be discussing just only three. The types of attitude that will be discussed today are negative attitude, positive attitude, and the neutral one. Negative attitude is one of the things that must be avoided because it's very, very poisonous. People with negative attitude are very poisonous to us or to yourself. If you have a negative attitude, then you are poisonous to yourself. They always think of failure. They always compare themselves with someone else, and they never see anything good from them. They see everything. They see themselves lacking behind. They see themselves falling, and they always have these the spirit of looking down on themselves. They call this thing inferiority complex. Never believe that they can achieve anything because they have a negative attitude towards their environment, towards a certain people, and towards themselves. Any people with negative attitude used to suffer from a lot of things, but part of those things they suffer from are one, anger, and the second, frustration, and the last one is doubt. They hardly can manage their anger, and they are always in doubt of themselves, and they are always in frustration. Whenever they set anything to themselves and they are unable to achieve it, they get angry. And whenever they set anything for themselves to achieve, they get doubtful. Like, can I get this thing done? I doubt it if I can achieve it. So with these 2 points, they are easily frustrated because they don't have a very energetic and a healthy mind. They get frustrated and they quit. And they get jealous and envious of people around them. Like one of the says that says something like, envy and the jealousy is just the way of looking at another person's success through our own failure. You being envy of someone, you being jealousy about someone is just a way of looking at their success through your own failure. So it is very, very bad for you to have a negative attitude. If you have a negative attitude, it's something you need to deal with without wasting your time. Because procrastination is just a thief of a time. The next one is a positive attitude. This is keeping a positive mindset and always putting it at the back of your mind the greater goal. The result, the positive result of whatsoever they set their mind on. They do not care about the circumstances they found themselves, they do not give in to failure and they don't surrender. Said anybody with positive attitude will look for good things, good traits, and good attributes in other people, no matter how bad they behave, no matter how bad they postulate themselves. So, no matter how negative they react to you, if you have a positive attitude, then you will look for the good in them. People with positive attitude, they do not give in to all those of life. They develop every day. They develop their skills. They develop themselves. They develop their personal life, their spiritual life. They develop their brain. They do not give in to anything because they know if they fail today, they will surely succeed tomorrow. The best way to have a positive attitude is you not believing naysayers. Don't believe them. Just believe in your personal self that you can do it. So people with positive attitude used to have confidence in themselves. They used to have happiness because they are contented with the little that they have. And they are always sincere because they believe in themselves. And they are always determined because they believe in themselves. The determination they have is as a result of their usual improvement because they never give in and never give up. Day in, day out, they develop themselves and they never give in to failure. If you have positive attitude, then you have confidence. Then you will have happiness within you. You will be sincere towards everything. And you will have strong determination. The last but not the least is a neutral attitude. This is a very common attribute or attitude to many people. The short word we can use is being lackadaisical, nonchalant, carefree. I don't care. They always have a neutral mindset, the absence of doubt, the absence of determination, and a very weak belief in themselves. They are one of the set of people that do ignore problems. Whenever they see problem, they run away from it. Even if they have a personal problem, they expect someone else to come and solve it for them. People with neutral attitude generally have a lazy life. They never have it in the mind that they want to achieve anything. All they want is to eat, sleep, and wake up. No spirit of achievement. And no urge to develop. And no willingness to do anything greater. Most of the time, people with neutral attitude, they used to be unemotional. Sometimes they behave and talk like a robot. It is not really their fault. It is basically because they are neutral in their attitude. Whether it come good or it come bad, they don't even care. There are some of the people that think less about anything. They take actions the way they action, anything comes to them. They never feel the need to change their environment, and they never feel the need to change themselves. They never have the urge or the willingness or the belief to improve themselves, to acquire anything. They just come to this life to breathe and to die. Just that. That is what they have. Remember, I said they have no determination, they have no focus, they have no doubt. So simply means they are not negative and they are neither positive. Today's topic is a very wide one. By the grace of God, we'll be taking all these words one after the other every week to discuss extensively and microscopically. Because we need to decode succinctly on everything that we've been discussing with ourselves. So that it won't just be like it passes through the right ear and passes out through the left ear. So before I go, I will say this. I will remind you of this statement. That ability is what you are capable of doing. And motivation determines what you do, while attitude determines how well you do it. Your ability is what you are capable of doing. Your motivation determines how you do it. And it determines what you do with your ability. And your attitude determines how well you do it. So with this, I will say my farewell here, I will drop here, and by grace of God, next week Tuesday at this same time, at this your same favorite station, EbediFm, will continue from where we stopped today. Nevertheless, I believe we've picked one or two things. So thank you for listening to us, and thank you for sacrificing your time to have listened to all our program from the morning to this moment that we are. We've never retrieved our pledge to always make you informed and entertain and educate you. We are likewise using this moment to urge us to bring in everything that you are selling. Let us help you to advertise those goods that you're selling. So a great appreciation to those people that have sacrificed their money, their time, their sweat in making this thing to become a reality. We so much appreciate you, and God in His infinite mercy will always be with you. This shall be the end of the wheel for today, and by God's grace, next week Tuesday, same time, 5:30, then we'll continue from where we stop. Thank you very much. I still remain myself, Busari Yunus Olaide Ayeronfe, and the radio program still remain The Wheel, and the radio station still remain EbediFm. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Láyọ̀ lẹ́gà ẹ̀yà máa kọ bí ìtótó. EbediFm Ìṣẹ́yìn fọ́ọ̀rọ̀ láwà yìí. Ìṣẹ́yìn òrò ọmọ Ẹbẹdí mọ́kọ. Kájọ kéré àjò délé. Àṣeyè lálákàn ṣe gbogbo wa là ń ṣàṣeyè.